I want to give you the opportunity to talk about things that we accomplished last academic year at Mississippi State, and the great things that you were able to see in the first full academic year as athletic director.
It seems, that what's the saying, time flies when you're having fun. And it seems like it's flown by so fast. And I do think it's healthy to pause and think about, it starts with the people that we have here, the people that have been here for, a couple years to many years, and then also the people that we've been able to bring in. You can't do anything alone. So really pleased with the people that we have here. And you think back of, one of the things that have always stood out to me about bicyclists is they talk about the strongest part of the race is always the core. So from an organizational standpoint, what's our core value system? And we see the great core that our entire institution has, but then how can we localize that to specific to college athletics? So we talked about our state of mind and rolling out our core values and the set of decision-making principles. So our acronym is SERVE, Together, Act, Transform, and Excel. And all of our decision making is based upon those principles of how we can have, again, if we're together, how we can have a state of mind that puts us against anybody, not only in our state, we want to dominate our state, but anybody in the country. And when we start there and you think about the successes that our people have had, it's been truly remarkable, whether it's historic years on the graduation front or academics. You go through fields of competition and starting back last fall, you think about, Marco winning a world championship in track, and then Coach Armstrong leading his women's soccer team to a historic Sweet 16 finish, and a lot of the personal accolades that come along with that. To fast forward into naming Coach Jeff Levy our 36th head football coach. You get through football and you look at some of the national awards that our guys had, and probably a fan favorite for a lot of people, Buki Watson. Wish we had more eligibility with Buki or more time with Buki, but talk about a guy that became the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. It's been remarkable. And you continue to go right into basketball, and you remember sitting right here in Humphrey Coliseum, you see a sellout crowd, when Sam Purcell and his team beat a top 10 LSU team, and Coach Jans and his men's basketball team going back-to-back to NCAA tournaments, and Jessica Carter, Josh Hubbard winning state national award, or the top player in the state awards. And then you continue to ride the momentum, and we saw what happened with baseball and having 20 wins in the SEC this year, going to, I think, our 40th regional this year, which has been phenomenal, and some of the personal awards that came along with that. Softball, it kind of touches my heart because a team that was picked last in the preseason poll goes on to have multiple top 10 wins, and also ends up being as ranked as high as number 11 in the country. And that's Sam Ricketts and what her team has been able to do. Men's tennis, I think we've been in the Sweet 16 5 of our last 6 years. Again, 14 straight semesters over a 3.0 GPA. That's the kind of stuff that we're so excited about. But we can't do that without great partnership on campus and our community, and knowing that we're just getting started in some of the things we can do together.
Oh, that's quite a year. Through the lens, I know you're constantly evaluating and constantly looking. What are some things you hope to improve? Because that was quite a year, but I know, there's always things that you hope to improve upon. What are some of those things?
That's one of I think the beautiful thing about sports is you're always watching the tape. And I remember the first couple practices, you always thought you practiced a little better than you did, and then the coach is like, yeah, you see that, you could get better there, or you can improve there, or because of your action over here, you threw off your teammate over here. So as we've evaluated the tape, we're going to have a mindset of we got to constantly get better and constantly improve. One of the things that Dr. Keenum and I spoke about early on is how can we use athletics to make an impact not only on our institution, but most importantly, how can we use college sports to make an impact on our entire state? So that's one of the main areas we want to get. We want to tell our story better. Just yesterday was on the road and started off in Meridian and Laurel, and you see a lot of great Mississippi State Bulldogs. We want to continue to get out, and we want to continue to tell our story. We want to continue to show, again, when Mississippi State is all together, the kind of impact we can have not only just within our region, but nationally. We can do a lot of great things together.